Bezrat Hashem, Torah 44, Likutei Moharan, Mem Dalet. And Rabbeinu is telling us that when a person is strengthening himself in faith, to remind himself all of the time that there is a Creator, that the Creator made the world to be as it is, and he's not arguing with the ways of the private supervision, and he's just trying and working hard to nullify himself and to bring his will to the will of the Creator, to follow the will of the Creator, and not to try to twist the world and to drag Hashem Yitbarach after him. When he's doing that, so the Creator tests him. He's testing the person to see if he is a liar or not. 99.999999999 are failing in that test. A lot of people have good thoughts in the beginning. A lot of people are coming to Hashem and telling, hey, I want to do tshuva. But the kingship of Hashem Yitbarach, Kulo Omer Kavod, is all saying honor. Means that we have to honor Hashem. It's a must. And if a person is able to sin, if a person is able not to follow Hashem's words, so he's actually able to disrespect Hashem, to dishonor Hashem Yitbarach. So I gave that example many times. If you do something far away from Hashem, you're not going to be punished so badly. You're not going to be judged so badly, like if you do the same thing in front of Hashem. If a person is stealing an apple from the market, he will not going to be punished the same if he's stolen the same apple from the plate of the king in the king's dining room. He will not going to be treated, that poor thief will not going to be treated the same. So, when you're far from Hashem Yitbarach and you say, okay, I want to come closer to Hashem Yitbarach, there is a risk in it. And the risk is that you're going to find yourself standing closer and closer to Hashem Yitbarach, and even you can find yourself really standing face to face, facing Hashem Yitbarach, in front of Him, completely. And then if you're going to behave like you just used to behave, in the same old patterns that you had before, now you're going to do something horrible that wasn't so horrible 2 years ago, 5 years ago, because over there, it's obvious. What do you want from that kid? You know, he didn't learn not to disgrace Hashem, he didn't know what's the rules of the Torah, what's the obligation. He was just eating treif, that was the food, you know, that's what that they were serving in his kitchen. What do you want from him? That's what his mother gave him. But if today he's frum and he's serving Hashem Yitbarach and suddenly he's got such a crazy desire for treif, and he's going to go to a treif restaurant and going to eat something, bacon and eggs for breakfast, so beer, peot, kippah, tzitzit, something fishy in that bacon. Something is wrong. So, but before, nothing wrong with that, almost nothing to it, because what do you want? A kid, a child is 3 years old, that's what his mother gave him when he was 3 years old. She made it in Shabbos morning, lighting the fire and making bacon and eggs. Food, you know, what do you want from the kid? It's not his fault. Really, it's not his fault. No one is angry. No one can blame him. But if he's 30, 40, 50, and he's Haredi now, with zakan, with peot, with all of the kosher costumes, and he's going to a restaurant and he's ordering now the same bacon and eggs, it's not going to pass the same. It's not the same meal. It's not the same sin. So a lot of Baalei Tshuva are trying in the beginning of the process to come closer to Hashem Yitbarach and to say, no, I want to be righteous. It's great. It's really great. It's a very nice first step in the process of the tshuva. But There's a big but here. The main process of the tshuva is to wait and to stand in those tests. Because Abali Ta'er Omrim Lo Amten. When the person come to cleanse himself, to purify himself, they tell him, okay, you should wait. And that's the process. So he came, great, first step, you made it. You're now about to enter to the next stage, to the next level of your tshuva. And now you need to stand in some tests. And it's until 120. Those tests are until the last day of the life of the person. And when one of the students asked Rabbi Nachman of Breslev once, until when the Yetzer Hara are going to keep on knocking on our brains and confusing us and keep on... So Rabbeinu said, until the second shovel of earth in grave. Means you died already, and the Yetzer Hara are gonna put a fight now in those last moments. And in the funeral, you're dead, 8 hours, 2 days, who knows which refrigerator you were hosted by. 2 days you can still, Yetzer Hara is playing with your thoughts. Look, what an amazing, enormous funeral, honorable, look, you're so righteous, look how many people came. Look, that rabbi fly just for you. And that beautiful woman, she also came to share honor. That's going to be the thoughts of a person that didn't purify himself after he died, before of his funeral, before of the second shovel of earth in burial. So we need to understand that we need to prepare ourselves to the war. And the war is an eternal war. You need to be ready to fight forever. And if you want to avoid the war, you failed the war. A warrior in the battlefield, if he decides to throw the weapon and to run back home, I guarantee you, he's not going to make it. He will die. In the war against the Yetzer Hara, against demons, he is a dead man. He is a dead man. He cannot make it home. You need to fight all the way to win the battle. If you in one moment give up, you're dead, because you're fighting with powers that never stops. You fight with demons, you fight with things that are testing you all of the time. And if you're going to ask what's the connection between that war to the honor of Hashem Yitbarach, that those messengers, those demons and all of those dark forces are actually coming just to protect the honor of Hashem Yitbarach Himself, to defend the honor and respect of Hashem Yitbarach Himself. Those are His troops, His warriors. They're fighting for Him. Because the demons, who are they attacking? The evil people, the sinners, the one that contaminated themselves. The pure people, the righteous people, people that are strong and holy and learning Torah, those demons cannot touch them. Those imaginations will never gonna mislead them. A person sits and learns Torah and he loves the Torah and he's righteous and he's pure, no temptation in the world gonna move him from the book. You will never gonna be able to take him out from the Beit Midrash. Rabbi Shor Cohen, Shas Cohen, the famous rabbi, huge genius, he said, and I believe him for sure, he said, if you're gonna offer me now, I will know 100% that there is a person that gives $1 million to every person that's just gonna close the Gemara for a minute and come collect the money. It's not gonna be a test for me. It will not gonna be even a test. And I believe him. I don't have the slightest doubt. And he said, and if you think that it's because I never saw $1 million, so you're wrong. I know exactly how many mitzvot you can keep with $1 million. That's what he said. That's the evidence that he knows what he's talking about and that it's not a test. Because when he estimated $1 million, he saw how many mitzvot you can do with $1 million. That's really a person that understands what he's talking about. $1 million, if it's cash for you, so you're in a problem. If it's mitzvot for you, so it's a good thing to have. And when he saw that that million potential option of mitzvot is standing in front of him, and he knows that it's a test, it's not that he thinks that to learn Gemara is higher. than to support families. It's not the answer. It's not for sure that that's what he thinks, that to learn Gemara is higher than charity of $1 million. No. If it's Pikuach Nefesh, if he knows that he can save life with that $1 million, for sure he's going to close the book, because Pikuach Nefesh, docha kol. If it's to save lives, he's going to do it. He was talking about a situation that you know that it's a temptation, that it's a Yetzer Hara, for the money, to close the book, for the money. It's not a test. Why? Because if you know that it's a test, it's not a test for you. When the Yetzer Hara is attacking, when you're weak, when you're tired, when the person is not Yireh Elokim, when you lack of faith, then the Yetzer Hara is attacking who? The weak ones. The Amalek is attacking the weak ones, the ones that left behind. The Nechshalim, the ones that are failing, the ones that are falling. On them he's fighting. Why? Because for them they have a doubt. Numeral value of the word Amalek, the main enemy of Am Yisrael, is the doubt. Safek. So he's fighting with the ones that are doubting in the existence of Hashem. So if you don't doubt the existence of Hashem, you don't have no test. No test! Because you're never gonna sin. Because you know that Hashem Yitbarach is in front of you. So this is why we need to put all of our power on faith, on remembering Hashem Yitbarach, remembering Him. And even in the times, like we said yesterday, you were here yesterday? I don't know, sometimes I feel I'm all alone here. Not always. Sometimes. So yesterday we were talking about Eov. That Eov, he had a huge success in one of the days. What was his success? That he wasn't cursing Hashem Yitbarach. He was not cursing Hashem Yitbarach in that horrible day of his life. In the worst day of his life, he was not cursing Hashem Yitbarach. So if now you find yourself in a situation that you're about to curse, that you're so angry that you cannot understand what's going on, you literally hate the ways of the supervision of Hashem Yitbarach, as politically correct as we can. You hate it. You cannot accept it. Nowhere in the world. Okay, what is your test now? Not to curse. Not to kill yourself. Not to kick a Sefer Torah. Not to throw a curse out from your mouth. Not to say whatever. That's your test. And if you're going to stand in that test, so you pass that test. The test is to honor Hashem Yitbarach, because Kullo Omer Kavod, because you have to have the merit, to have the zchut, to have purification, to have the privilege to come closer to Hashem Yitbarach. So for that, you need to go through cleansing after cleansing after cleansing. And no matter in which level you're going to stand. Rabbi Nachman of Breslev, when he achieved the peak of his level in a human body, he said, I cannot stay in this world anymore. I want to take off my kutanti, my robe, my clothes, means the body, not all, the skin. He wanted to fly away to another world, because in this world he didn't have anything else to achieve. So when a person is developing and growing, you should know, until you're going to reach the real purpose, completion in Avodat Hashem, shlemut, perfect, complete, righteous man, with all of his midot, and also helped all of the people that you helped them, and able to save lives, and do whatever of everyone that depends in you. Until you achieve that huge level, perfection in Avodat Hashem, completed your tikkun, you're going to stay here. And you're going to keep on developing, because even Asher Kideshanu b'mitzvotav, even through every smallest, tiniest mitzvah that you keep, Hashem is purifying you more and more. And the same tzitzit of yesterday, yes, but it's affecting also today. And also in this moment, it's affecting more. Because every moment you can take off your tzitzit. Every moment you can uncover your body. Every moment you can say something that won't be appropriate. Every moment you can sin. And every moment that you're not talking Lashon Hara, you actually keep a mitzvah. Just by even not talking Lashon Hara. Who was that rabbi that you mentioned to me yesterday? That he was that he said that he is helping so many people because he owe all of those the Noam Elimelech. In the beginning of the Noam Elimelech, it's written that people came to him and people were coming to him and asking from him to pray for them for salvations. Please help us and pray for us that we'll have children, that we'll have parnasa, money, and he said, you know, all of those people that are coming to me with their lackings to ask for their needs, they're not asking that for me because I'm rich, because I'm righteous, because I have it. They're actually coming to ask it for me because I was the one that took it from them. I am the one to be blamed in their lackings. It was my fault. Maybe in a different lifetime, maybe I wasn't praying for them enough. This is what that Rabbi Akiva said, Kol Adam, every person needs to say, Kol ha'olam kulo lo nivra ela bishvili. All of the world haven't been created for no other reason except for me. Only for me. And Rabbi Nachman is explaining that, what it means for me, that I will see every lacking that exists and I'm going to try to fix it, to fill it, to help everyone. You see that person have a lacking. Okay, why he's got that lacking? When I'm judging him favorably as a righteous man, I see that he's amazing, that he's beautiful, that he's so righteous, that he's so good, he's so kind. Okay, he didn't learn. It's not his fault that he didn't learn. Okay, he doesn't know. It's not because that he doesn't want to know. He's not able yet to learn. I'm judging him favorably now as a righteous man. Great. And Hashem Yitbarach, for sure I cannot blame him on the lackings because Rachamav al kol ma'asav, he's so mercy and he's so kind. So for sure Hashem wants to give. So for sure Hashem wants to. So it's not because of him. And it's not because of him. And there is only one person here also that is stuck in the middle, and it's me. And Hashem let me see his lackings, and Hashem let me see that he didn't do anything bad. And I know about Hashem Yitbarach that for sure he didn't stop no bounty and no shefa from no one because he wants to give, that's his will. For that he created the world. So why Hashem is telling me that person's lacking? Why I can see his lackings? Maybe because I need to learn from that it's my fault, that I need to help him, that I need to do tshuva. And Rabbeinu told a story, a tale on that there was a king and his son, and that son was misbehaving, was behaving very bad, and the king was angry at him and kicking him out from his house, from his office, whatever. And after a few days the kid would come, the prince, and apologize, say, please father, I'm sorry that I made you angry and please forgive me. And of course the king was forgiving him again and again, but he saw it's not a solution. The kid is not changing his ways at all. One day he was very angry and he kicked his son out from the palace, and he called his doorman and told him, listen, that's my decision. From now on, whenever my child will want to come in, don't let him in. It's my order, I'm commanding you, you not let him in. No way, no excuses, I don't want to see his face anymore. He's not learning the lesson, he's not doing tshuva, he's not coming back to me, he's just going back to his sins. I'm not accepting him back. That's it. Okay, great. The guard is standing in his shift and the kid is coming and say, hi, how are you? And he said, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to let you in. I said, what do you mean? It's my father and I really messed up this time, I need to apologize. He said, no, I'm sorry, I understand, I really want to help you. I'm not allowed to let you in. He said, why? What's going on? He said, no, your father, he told me not to let you in. He said, what are you talking about? I'm his son, for sure, he wants me to come. He said, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to let you in. Okay, so what I'm going to do? I'm sorry, I'm not able to help you, you know, it's my head. I cannot let you in. And from one day to the other, the kid is coming back and crying and begging, hey, please, let me in, what I'm going to do? I'm lost, I'm outside, I don't have nothing. It's my father, I miss my father. And he's crying, and one day after the other, and again and again. And that guard, doorman, he doesn't know what to do with himself, because he sees the kid feel so bad, and he's looking at the king himself every day, broken, and the king himself is in sorrow. And he's saying, hey, I'm stuck in the middle. The king, he loves his son, and the son, he loves his father, and I'm the one that is blocking them from meeting. So what should I do? So every day he was trying to talk to the king, and he was going to the king and tell him, listen, I see your son, he's coming daily, and every day he's doing tshuva, and he's trying real hard, and he told me what's happened. And then in going to the kid and tells him, look, you're very wrong. Even though that you're coming and it's good, you have a lot more tshuva to do, because really how many times your father forgive you. And that's how he brings peace between the king to his son. So if you see that you're stuck in the middle, you just need to compromise between them. You just need to make peace. You need to convince the king to forgive his children, and you need to convince the children to start doing their job. And that's what you should do. You should scream here and you should scream there, and you need to understand that you're the problematic guy in the picture, because you're the one that stuck Mashiach from coming. And especially crazy people like me, that righteous people testify on them that they are holding Mashiach back. That I need to scream to Hashem. Oh, what I'm going to do? You think that I'm able to deal with all that I'm doing in the world? You think I can pay for my checks? Maybe I should start. You think that I can pay for all of my checks that I wrote? What do you say? What do you think? I'm asking. Maybe I should start. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you next, that I truly believe that each and every one of us have enormous powers, and the King, he wants us to succeed, and the children of Hashem Yitbarach, everyone is a diamond. And if you have complaints, you can come and complain only to yourself. And if you have things to say to Hashem, go talk to Him in the most honorable way that you can. And if you have things that you want to say to people, go say, go talk, but in the most polite way, not offensive and not hurting no one's feelings, always to help. And to remember, the one that is holding them back, it's only me. Because when you look at the world, you see no one have a free choice. When you look at the world, you see En Od Milvado, there is nothing except of Hashem. So no one have a free choice. If now that person have some issue, does he have a free choice on that? No, Hashem Yitbarach didn't give him the power. If that person have some limitation, is he the one to blame? No, Hashem doesn't help. It's not his fault. You cannot blame him. Even if you're going to say, look, he's cheap, look, he's a liar. Oh, he's got a reason why he's avoiding responsibility, and why he's got a reason why he's cheap, why he cannot spend money. He saw those things in his house, in his life, in his neighborhood. You cannot really blame a cheap person on being cheap, because he's cheap. What do you want? Can you imagine the suffering that he's going through when he holds his money? You know what he's going through? The only anger that you can have on him is because you have a bad eye and you think that that money belongs to you. That's the only reason that you can feel bad. If he's cheap, you just need to have mercy on him. Rachmanut. Look at how much he's suffering. He's got money and he's suffering holding money. He's got money and he's suffering. The person that is angry, can you be angry at him that he's angry? He's so poor. He's got a wife, he's got kids, he's got money, he's got everything, and he hates everyone, and he's angry and frustrated, and he wants to scream, and every small thing that happens make him crazy and lose it. What are you doing? What's going on? Look in which hell he lives, and you now want to, on top of his horrible condition, you want to put yourself on his back also, to be angry at him and to punish him on the fact that he's so lost. A person in depression and sad, you tell him, hey, cheer up, what's going on with you? No, you need to be happy. He's so sad and depressed. Cheer him up. You should cheer him up. Now you're going to depress him on his sadness. You're going to shoot a sick person in the head because he's so broken. You cannot blame people. So people don't have a free choice. People are in the hands of Hashem Yitbarach. But about yourself, when you check yourself, you see that you do have a free choice. You can say, he also have a free choice, but it's not true. For you, he doesn't have a free choice. Maybe he has a free choice. Maybe. I don't know what you have inside of you. You might have a free choice. I don't know. You're going to tell me. I don't have to buy it. For me, you are part of the way that Hashem Yitbarach is supervising on me. You, for me, are the Hashgacha Pratit of Hashem Yitbarach on me in my life. You can be my wife, you can be my children, you can be my parents, you can be the whatever. You can be my friends, you can be my students, you can be my rabbi. Anyway, you are Hashem for me. Because Hashem is talking through all of His speakers. That's reality, that's life, that's simple faith. But about myself, I see that I have a free choice. I see that I can say that word or not saying that word. I see that I can control myself in the present, if to talk or not to talk. In the past, when I'm looking at my past, on what that I went through in life, I see that I didn't have a free choice. On my past, when I'm looking at my past, on what had happened until now, I cannot say that I had a free choice. It's a bit confusing, but you need to understand it. Think about it a little bit more. In the present, you have a free choice. But on your past, you never had a free choice. You didn't have a free choice. In the present, now you can choose now I can continue that sentence and I can stop and start telling you Cinderella if I want. I can change. I can choose in the present. But now, when I'm looking about that situation that we just went through, that I chose to mention the name Cinderella, it came out of my vocabulary because I heard about Cinderella enough times to use it in class. Someone else will not going to do that. Someone else is going to do something else. In another situation, I wouldn't behave like that. I would choose a different way. So now, the reason that I took that way of choosing, using that word Cinderella, was because of who that I was, with my character, with my life experience, with my past, with my way of thinking. So actually I didn't have a choice except of using that best example with my vocabulary, with my wisdom, to express my emotions and my thoughts and guiding you to the purpose that I'm trying to guide you to. So I didn't have a free choice. But when I was in that situation, I did have that free choice. So when you look forward in the present, you have a free choice. But when you look on your past, on what had passed already, you didn't have a free choice. It calls הידיעה והבחירה חופשית. Knowledge, to know, and the free choice. Two things, two concepts that are different. So for me, when I'm looking on other people, I know for sure that they don't have a free choice. They just don't have a free choice. But I do have a free choice. So from my free choice, I can choose. And then I need to choose to help everyone around, and to help Hashem, and to do things for Hashem, and to try that all of my actions are going to be L'Shem Shamayim, for Hashem Yitbarach, in the present. This is why you cannot blame yourself on the past, and you cannot fight with yourself on what had happened, because you couldn't stop it, because you didn't have a free choice, even though that in that moment you had it. When you look at your past, you're not allowed to judge yourself in a criticizing way, and to hurt yourself, and to blame yourself on your past, because Hashem wanted it to be like that. Hashem wanted you not to succeed to choose right. Hashem wanted you to fail in your free choice. It's complex. So, Bezat Hashem, I'm going to bless you, each and every one of you, to get wiser and wiser in Avodat Hashem, that you will always going to breathe from Avira the Eretz Yisrael Machkima, the fresh, holy, pure air that is coming from the Holy Land, Eretz Yisrael, that makes us wiser. And that Hashem Yitbarach is going to fulfill all of your lackings and going to give you everything you need. And that we all going to have Shabbat, Shalom, and Rosh Chodesh Tov. Rosh Chodesh of Nisan, first day of Nisan is Shabbat, of the birthday of Rabbi Nachman of Breslev. It's Rosh Hashanah Lamlachim. It's a very important day. This year it's coming in Shabbat, and it's the birthday of Rabbi Nachman of Breslev. The Rosh Hashanah, first day of the year, to the kings, for the kingship, crowning the kings, the leaders of Am Yisrael for the next year. So every one of you is more than welcome to pray that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to send us righteous people to lead us. Yeah, someone like Abram to lead us and to bring us to our destiny, for our spiritual and physical success. Thank you very much. Chazak u'Baruch.